What is happening? It's the Nintendo Powercast, episode 353. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, because he's not playing Elden Ring. Cheesy, what's up, dude?
What's going on, cheese curds?
Player 3, I guess. Johnny, what's up?
I'm trying to find a site of grace.
currently playing Elden Ring.
I just turned it off. Entered rest mode.
Yeah, player 4, Crawler, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, Crawler? Coming at you. Owner of a OLED now.
Hey,
yeah, finally, you're a cool kid.
It is beautiful. It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's frustrating to set up and download stuff, but you know, hey.
I think the one thing that they don't really talk about is how well that console is made. Like, it feels so much better than the regular Switch. It just feels sturdier, and that kickstand makes a huge difference.
Yeah, kickstand underrated for sure.
Yeah, especially when I was opening up my old one to take out my 400 gig card. I'm like, I'm gonna break this thing because I rarely open that thing up. Yeah. I have for that specific reason, I bought the $20 easel dock, portable dock thing, like the charge and play dock thing that they had come out. I don't know.
This one?
Yeah. I mean, that was for that specific reason because the kickstand was so crap. On the original one.
Isn't that the one that's bricking system?
No, because all that does is just a charger port.
This is Nintendo made.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is how I would keep my Switch Lite charged when we would do Animal Crossing streams, and my Switch Lite would have a second island open that people would go and hang out in.
That's how I would play Smash with portal and handheld mode with a GameCube controller with a because there's a USB-C on the side.
Right.
So I have a USB-C to USB-A to a hub or just the GameCube adapter, and then plug in a GameCube controller.
So what have you played on it so far?
Nothing, because I'm downloading everything. I moved my island. I was worried that I lost my island for a second because I moved my 400 gig card over, and it's like, it hasn't been on this Switch before. We're gonna delete everything, and you can re-download it. Or Josh came in after the fact and was like, you could have put that on your computer, backed it up. I don't know if I have 400 gigs I probably do somewhere of space, but like my card was full. So I wasn't about to like move it over, wait for it to go back. Like I'm just re-downloading stuff. I got unlimited internet. So it's just downloaded. I'm downloading.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. Like that's how I did. I didn't move. I didn't move anything to my computer and then back. It's just way too complicated.
And I put my old 128 card back in because I'm going to give it to my kids to play because we played 8 races of Mario Kart tonight. Like they're getting into it.
How's the wife, Crawler?
I mean, we'll address that later.
How's that couch going to feel tonight?
It'll be bright and shiny with the OLED lighting my face.
Oh my goodness. Okay, real quick before we go any further, Cheesy, where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, CheezyC64. That's CheeezyC64.
Johnny.
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. Twitch, TikTok, Twitter.
Elden Ring on 2 systems.
Elden Ring I bought Elden Ring twice. So I'm not only a Nintendo fanboy.
Yeah.
I also am a shill for PlayStation and Xbox. So I'm just an overall corporate shill.
Yeah.
Come yell at me on
That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Crawler, how about you?
Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E. I tweet occasionally, you know.
There you go. You guys are probably realizing this show is late. I've been without a computer all week. I got super sick last Friday and was out for the count until Wednesday. I finally was kind of getting back to normal. And then I took my Mac to get fixed, finally got it back today. It's still not, they have to tear the whole thing apart and reset the motherboard because it's my Thunderbolt ports don't work right now. And so I don't have my second monitors. I can't, there's no way I could normal stream. We're doing restream right now, so it's working fine. But I have to rebuild all my stuff in OBS. Like
Oof.
yeah, it's a big oof. So it's been an interesting week. But on TikTok, I hit the record in that mini game, Wanted, 9,999. Yeah, there's the screenshot right there. And what happens
Five off.
is that, well, so it stops counting. And the game is essentially broken at that point. The audio gets weird. It's like it's almost like hitting a kill screen on like the old school like Pac-Man and some of those games from back in the day. So that was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. Finally, I mean, this poor DSi that's sitting in front of my.
Did you turn it off finally?
No, it's still on. I still have the game saved.
Will it keep going? Can you keep playing?
Oh yeah, I can keep playing. It just doesn't do it.
It just doesn't count anything.
Yeah, the audio's weird, and it just shows 9,999 at the bottom, but it doesn't show it in the counter because it won't count that last.
I think you hit it.
You should keep playing. Try to hit a kill screen. Like truly try to old school Donkey Kong or whatever.
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
You hit it yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. You hit it on Mario Day. That's actually pretty cool.
That was kind of it wasn't completely the plan, but like when I realized it was like, yo, I could do this. And then we did it. What was cool afterwards, the TikTok chat was like, yo, can we still play Mario Kart? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. We got some of the Nintendo dads just showing up. We're talking about the mini game Wanted that you could play on Mario 64 DS, New Super Mario Bros. DS, and Mario Party. Those mini games were available in all of those. So
it looks like you're killing it on there too. So go follow Josh on TikTok. That's 134,000 likes.
Yeah,
300 people watching. That's crazy.
It was a lot of fun to watch. There were a lot of comments. People were excited, and especially when you hit that end, it was kind of disappointing because you wanted to see like, congratulations, you beat it or whatever. But
it was just just the script. I don't think they plan on anybody getting that far, right?
No. Right.
So
right.
What was crazy the day before on TikTok, there was 1,100 people in my stream. Like,
wow.
I was like, what is going on right now? Like it was wild. So
but how long did that take you? Like 20 hours?
It was about 20 hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
About 20 hours of just playing Wanted and reading chat, which I mean, I love.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. So I'm all about it. So you guys mentioned it happened on Mario Day. So we're going to talk about Mario Day. Now I'm going to take this in a little bit of an interesting direction. Okay. Because I kind of want us to, we might get a little critical right now. Let's say Xbox started embracing January 17th because it is 117, right? Mm-hmm. More than likely, they would probably embrace it a little bit more than just say, yo, Halo's on sale and here's a Mega Bloks set, right? Like there
I would hope.
There'd probably be more than that. And I feel a little bit like, I feel like Nintendo could do a little bit better job of really embracing the community that is around what they've built. And like, they have the opportunity to like connect a little bit better and realize that like, yo, we could have.
They need to hire Cheesy because Cheesy had a whole day planned out that like of social media posts and movie trailers that they could have dropped, and they missed the mark because
we also we have a Mario movie coming out this year.
Yeah,
we have a Mario movie coming out this year,
and they could have maybe stolen some of Kenobi's like bravado. Like Kenobi had come out on what, the 9th? Was that when the trailer dropped, or was that Wednesday or Thursday? I don't even remember.
I heard Baby Yoda was like the whole trailer. Maybe I would actually watch it if that was the case.
No, I actually thought that maybe they were going to drop the trailer today because everybody was expecting them to do it on Mario Day, and then it would be a total Nintendo move of them to be like, "Hey, trailer is today, you dummies." But that didn't even happen, and it's just weird because it's supposed to be holiday. Maybe they're going the route of like what they're doing with their games, which is we'll announce this game and it will come out 2 months later. And maybe that's how they're going to do the Mario movie.
If they were struggling, like, back in the Wii U, I feel like they did a lot more like fan service stuff back in the Wii U when they were trying to sell that console, and it flopped. But now they're healthy, everything's selling, so they're like, oh, we don't really have to do anything. People are just gonna buy whatever we put out anyway.
And I mean, movies tend to have the teaser and then a more in-depth kind of trailer 2 months out or whatever. But
sometimes there's a teaser for the teaser nowadays.
Yeah. And all we've seen is just IMDb headshots of people that are doing voices. Is there a poster?
Yeah, there's a poster.
It has like the cast name, and that's how we know it's holiday 2022.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, Charlie Day has been on, I think he was on Jimmy Fallon or something like that. And he was talking that he had recorded stuff, but he was afraid. He was afraid of the Nintendo ninjas coming after him. So, I mean, he didn't say much else.
So what did we get? We got a Lego set.
Yep.
That leaked kind of early.
It got leaked
a day
early.
Universal.
That we didn't even get release date for that. Like, we don't know when the Lego set is coming out.
Right.
And then we got a confirmation that we kind of already knew was coming, but like that Universal Hollywood is going to have the Super Mario Land open in 2023.
World.
Oh, Super Mario World. Excuse me. Wow.
Nintendo
That's out
World.
in California. I thought they would do the Florida one first.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that they would, but I'm assuming that's going in the Epic Universe section that they're building, and I'm sure that's taking up a lot of time right now.
They're just assuming Florida's not going to exist by that time, so...
Yikes.
If you want any context at all, just look at Florida news with legislation right now. That's all you need.
Oh my god.
So Cheesy, what were your plans? What did you like? What were you anticipating?
I don't know. I feel like I did hype it up a little bit, and maybe that was because Mario Day was created by the fans. It wasn't Nintendo. And kind of like what we were talking about, you would expect Nintendo to actually go all in on that day just because that's what the fans wanted. That's what the fans are excited for. I mean, like, it's Mario Day. Why wouldn't you just put all your eggs in one basket and just kind of make it a big day? Like, it's one day out of the year. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, we have seen some merch like from Nintendo lately. So maybe that, Johnny is sporting it.
Yeah.
But I just with a certain company, they've done Uniqlo in the past. They've done Black Milk or Milk. I forget what the Black Milk, I think, is the company. They did the Puma shoes last year. But I don't know if that was for Mario Day. It just is Nintendo's kind of going.
And they've had multiple deals because they had the AC Puma shoes and then also the Didn't they? Wasn't it Mario themed ones as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They also had Vans like way like a few years ago.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I just expect them to do more, and I know that the Splatoon community is made up Marie Day because that is March 13th. But we're not going to see anything. But it would be cool if Nintendo was more supportive with their community. And that was actually something that Kit and Krista talked about on their podcast recently. Krista said that if there's one thing that she wishes that Nintendo would change is connecting with the community more. It's not like you have to respond to everyone. I mean, there's some terrible takes on their tweets and people saying dead game, bad game, whatever. So I understand why they don't want to interact.
Well, and they almost had that back a while ago with Reggie. Like Reggie had just a presence with the community, and we don't see that as much from Doug Bowser at all. Like let NOA kind of. I wish they would let NOA run free a little bit, and they seem to be handcuffed by Japan.
Let Wendy's run their social for one day.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Wendy's
social,
hire a
Wendy's
Gen
social
Z,
guy
like,
is savage. He is whoever it is. They're brutal to people.
Yeah.
Make a TikTok, Nintendo. Actually, Pokemon has a TikTok, and their stuff is awesome. Like, they are great at TikTok. So Nintendo should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be an ambassador for them if they would like.
Yeah,
I could promote it and everything, and they could pay me or give me free stuff. I don't really care.
Right. Absolutely. So, yeah, it feels like they're, I mean, even if, you know, you look at some of their, some of the mobile games, like when Pocket Camp was full on Mario, like catching cheap sheeps as fish, like even adding that, even if last year Animal Crossing was a major Mario Day event, right? It was like all this Mario stuff, and then no mention of it again this year, like nothing. And they could have just added a few things that were like, hey, we added a few new items that were Mario related.
Done getting updates, so I don't know what you want.
Well,
they didn't even promote Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC that's coming out next week.
You can
preload it.
Yeah, you can preload it. You can preload it today.
And there are a ton of Mario games on sale, you know, like they and that's great. I mean, of course, do the business side of it. Like, I totally get it, but like lean into this community that's here that would like really embrace, like, there's so many, there's a few, there's the vocal minority on Twitter that like blah blah blah, nobody's listening to their ratios and all that other crap. Like nobody really cares. But like there is a massive community that, like, can you imagine the amount of buzz if, like, even if they just teased Odyssey 2 or the next Mario game, it was nothing more than just a tease, like that buzz would have been massive. Like everybody would have been talking about that. Everybody. Now, maybe they had more planned, and due to current world situation, they were like, nah, let's just keep it a little more low key. And then they did go and delay Advance Wars, right?
And
so
they've prohibited, they're complying with sanctions and turned off the eShop and online support for Russia.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe that's a factor here, but I mean, and we also got, there's the Happy Meals, right? They got Happy Meals. You get Mario Kart.
I didn't even see that. Did I think they did promote that? That was on Tuesday night. I think I saw that tweet go out. I think they tweeted it, or maybe it was Wario 64. I don't know. You almost get more Nintendo information from Wario 64 than you do Nintendo anymore. Yeah.
Sometimes that's the case. So, but okay, the negative out of the way, right? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Like, what's some of your guys' most fun, like, moments when it comes to Mario? And a lot of times we talk about like when we got our first system or our first game, but like, you know, what, just kind of go through the memory banks a little bit. What's some of your highlights as a Mario fan through the years? You know, what's some of the most fun you've had in a certain Mario game, perhaps, you know, like, and I know it's going to be hard for doing 300 in some of these episodes. It's going to be hard for me not to say something that I haven't repeated already, but like, I'll go back to my 6-year-old daughter with Mario 3D World and coming home from work, and she hands me the controller and says, yo, Dad, we gotta beat this final boss, because I can't do it alone. You know, like that's friggin' special. Like, anytime I play 3D World, that's what I think about, right? For me, I know Mario's only the ref, but I mean, anytime I hear Punch Out, I can't help but think about my dad and playing Punch Out with my dad. And he's still like, he has his NES Classic hooked up in his living room, and he'll be like, oh, I got all the way through King Hippo or something. Like, he'll tell me about how the progress he's made in Punch Out. Still, like, he still will pick up Punch Out. And, you know, I even, what I did is we ended up taking ice cream down to my folks on Mario Day. We were going to go visit my niece and nephew with some like Mario inspired gifts, but they ended up having company and kind of making a holiday out of it. But I just fired up Mario All-Stars and played a little bit of Mario 2 which like the music for that is just so nostalgic for me. And then I ended up playing Mario 3 and I started doing the try to get the 100 extra lives trick in the second world, you know. And that, I mean, it was just cool. Just kind of like, I just kind of used the day to kind of look back on some of the games that I loved. I mean, I loved All Stars when it came out. I remember that was such a huge deal, like playing these 8-bit games in 16-bit. It was awesome. It was super cool. So
is this the kind of ice cream you took down to your parents?
It was a Super Mario bar. Yeah, Super Mario bar. No, we just snagged some DQ. But and of course, a little like started talking to my mom about Ninja Turtles, right? Because that also got announced. So we don't have it in our list of things.
Let's save that because we got a lot. I'm super hyped on that one.
Cool. We'll save it then. So who's ready? Anybody ready? Crawler, you ready?
Yeah. I mean, I got a few.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Nintendo was the first like home console that I owned, and obviously that came with a pack-in, and that was probably, arguably, I think people go back and forth between 3 and World as being the best Mario game. There's debates there, but just experiencing Super Mario World for the first time and playing that and just having kind of that be my first game that I owned, because I mean I played Mario 1, 2, and 3 at friends' houses with NESs and that kind of stuff, but playing that for my own, I think games that you could 100%, I guess, I mean Mario 64, Galaxy, all those kind of games had that. I don't know if I had ever spent the time to 100% one until 3D World and getting all the stickers and doing all the that was
you did all the stickers.
Yeah.
Oof.
It was exhausting.
With all the characters?
Probably just Mario. I don't know if I did it yeah.
So you didn't 100% the game then.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's a brutal Star Road though. I mean that Star Road is no joke.
Yeah, Champions Road's pretty rough.
Yeah, I want to go through and do it. I mean, I have it on Switch, but I want to do it again. But then also when I got a Switch, I was a little bit late. 7 months late to the Switch party and got it on Odyssey release night. And that was my only title that I had for the console and I packed up and went on a road trip, which was the beauty of the Switch that first weekend that I had it. And so I played Odyssey handheld almost all weekend. And then when I got back home, was at the final Bowser fight and finished that that first weekend, just like powering through and just really enjoying that game fully and being my introduction to having a Switch, and then proceeded to get Breath of the Wild and got lost for another 100 hours in that game. So
yeah, it's awesome. I mean, even just as you're sitting here talking about it, like we wouldn't be here right now if not for Nintendo, right? I mean, we wouldn't be here. The thousands of people that are listening to this every week, it's because of Nintendo. It's because of this goofy plumber that was chasing Donkey Kong or trying to
rescue his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's crazy. I mean, I look around my office and it's like I can't help but see this plumber everywhere.
So thank you, Popeye, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, thank you, Popeye, because that's that. I love it. So, Johnny, how about you?
Well, like going back to when I was a kid, well, probably not even as a kid. I realized this. We were watching home movies at some point, and there was one where I was like 4 years old, and I was playing Super Mario Bros. On the NES, and I was doing the secret warp pipes. I'm like, man, I was 4 years old, and I was still getting those secret pipes back then.
I love it.
And then like more recently, my nephew got a Switch, and for Christmas, and I got him Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and he came over a month ago or so, and he brought a Switch, and he's like, "You want to play Mario Kart?" He's like, he's 5 years old. I'm like, that's adorable, and yeah, I definitely do.
You proceeded to make him cry,
and it's hard to lose to
It
5
is
and
hard to
6-year-olds,
especially when he gets a little cocky, and like there's some times where I just want to like put him in his place, but then and my sister was telling me like I turned on the auto accelerate and the don't fall off stuff, and my sister was telling me like he took it over to his cousin's house and they were like, why do you have this stuff on? And I'm like, he's 5 years old. Like, what do you want him to do? He doesn't have the hand-eye coordination. But I don't know. Mario has just, it's just been I have Mario stuff everywhere too. You see a picture in the back. I'm wearing a shirt. Like, Mario is just ingrained in my who I am, and it's been an awesome ride. I do wish Nintendo would, show their mascot more love than they do.
I was thinking the low-hanging fruit. They could have just re-released Mario 35, right? Just like
for the day or something.
Hey, it's back. It's back.
You play it for a day.
What other company finishes a game says it's going to be there for a year and then you don't get it anymore? Like, who does?
It'll be back for Mario 40. Mario 40 will come
Mario
back.
40. They'll change it up.
Maybe the netcode will be better by then.
Maybe. Cheesy, how about you, boss?
So my aunt had a NES and a Super Nintendo, and so it was kind of nice to bond with her, and we were playing Super Mario World, and just sitting on the floor with your wired controller looking up at the screen, and the music in that game is just so iconic, and I love the ending when you get to the it's not the flagpole, but when you cross the
field goal. It was like a goalpost.
Goalpost, yeah. It's got that, and it makes me so upset that bow wow is not in Mario Maker because I do it every time, and then I just get disappointed when I don't hear it.
You just got to boot up the SNES class or the SNES app and play it there.
Yeah. And then my first 3D Mario was not Mario 64. It was actually Super Mario Sunshine. And I loved that game. I had so much fun with it. I thought it was just so wacky that Mario's going on this vacation and now he's framed for doing a crime that he didn't even do. And then you have this weird, like the whole thing doesn't really make sense. Like you have your flood that shoots water and you're cleaning up everybody's mess. And I loved it. And I just replayed it when we got the 3D All-Stars. And that game is so difficult and frustrating, but yet I still love it. So I played it when I got 3D All-Stars. I beat it. And then I decided, you know what? I feel like I understand now how to use Mario's moves and to kind of shortcut some of these missions, that I decided to go on stream and I beat it in 7 hours. So that was kind of fun because I don't really do speed runs. And then I would say 3D World is a good memory for me because that's when me and my fiance really kind of gamed for the first time, and we just had so much fun and there's just a lot of laughter. So yeah, Mario has just always been around for me, and it's so weird when you think about how did that happen? How did this like character come into our lives and just stay there and has continued to be the thing that we look forward to. It's amazing. And just to say, Johnny, I think that they do give Mario a lot of attention. I mean, that is basically what Super Nintendo World is right now. It's just Mario.
Yeah, that's true.
But I wish that, like we were talking about with Mario Day, I wish that they would kind of give him some love, because I mean, accounts like Twitch were recognizing, it's Mario Day. Like everybody knows that it's Mario Day. So I feel like maybe we'll see something more from Nintendo next year, just because it wasn't disappointing. It was just, I think we all hyped it up when maybe we shouldn't have, but it's just a day. It's
the life of being a Nintendo fan. That's all we do.
It's true. It's just your biggest IP that a lot of people love. I mean, I was thinking about it earlier today. You have Mickey Mouse and probably Mario are the most recognizable IPs out there.
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu is a big one too. But yeah, I don't know. Mario is just, I love that little mustache man, but I love Luigi more, I gotta say. He got a year, but I think Luigi needs a day
Yeah,
too.
a year. Like when was that? That was like 2012. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? That was back in the Wii U days for sure.
Yeah, Dr. Luigi, and then you could play Super Luigi Bros, and it was backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was on like the NES Remix #2, I think.
Oh man, I miss NES Remix. Bring that back. They should have released. They should have dropped that. They should have shadow dropped that.
Yeah, it needs to be a Nintendo Switch Online game at this point with leaderboards. Like that's where that game deserves to be. Is right there. Like make it a free game. That
I got one more. Mario Galaxy. At the time I was subscribed to Nintendo Power, and I was just so excited for that game. And then I would read articles on it, and they were giving it a 10, and I'm like, well, you're Nintendo, of course you're giving it a 10. But man, that game is so good, and that actually might be one of the best 3D Mario games that still holds up on that 3D All-Star pack.
As I say, I went through. That's the one I went back through and
that's the most fun to me.
You have me a little bit worried now though, because I am looking for my Mario 3 on my new OLED, and
that's there. Don't worry about it. It's there. Don't worry about it.
You can re-download it.
Yeah, you can re-download it.
Yeah, it should have a cloud next to it.
If you looking at your like. You can go to the eShop and then you can see your purchases.
Yeah, that's what I was doing though, and I didn't see it there. I don't know.
Look for T 3D.
I did. I definitely did it.
So. Is it a 3?
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I don't know.
Nope, it's gone forever.
Yeah, I was worried that they would just take it away. They took it away. I mean, you never know.
No, I definitely did it on my OLED, and that was after. That was last October. So.
Well, do you guys have any like Mario traditions? Like I try to play through Mario 2 once a year, right? Like when we go on vacation, it's usually to a cabin in the woods, and I always try to play through a Mario game. That's where I beat Galaxy 1. The following year, I beat Galaxy 2. I also beat the 6 golden coins. I played through it on my 3DS. And so I will always try to play through a Mario game when I go on vacation. Do you guys have any Mario traditions like that of a game you have to play through at least once a year?
I mean, I'm fairly recently I played through, I don't even know if I finished it all the way, but I did a good chunk of Super Mario World again and I mean that was great, but sitting down and playing through one all the way, I don't have like one that sticks out. No. I mean, jumping in and playing 1-1 and going through the warp pipes and making it all the way as far as you can really quick, or doing double warps in Mario 3 to get to World 8 and just kind of go there. I mean, that's always fun just to jump in and do randomly. But finishing one start to finish, no, I don't have that.
Tom in the chat says I used to get off the bus in kindergarten and sprint home so I could beat my 2 older brothers to the NES for Mario 3.
I do have to mention Tom's picture is hilarious because it's just like the gray, like somebody you have the gray switch but you're looking at the neon switch, you know that meme.
Yeah. I love it. And I mean, the other thing, this might be kind of interesting. Do you guys remember the first Mario game that you beat?
Super Mario World.
Probably.
World. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think. Probably World with my aunt, but if it was just me, it was probably Galaxy.
You even beat Sunshine?
No, so I had this really bad habit as a kid of like playing games, and then I would play the levels that I really enjoyed, and I would try to get further, but then I would either just fall off or I would just like to replay those same levels. And it's like, I know Crawler was kind of giving me crap on the Discord this week about never playing Star Fox 64, but I never really played a lot of the single player games. Like I played a lot of multiplayer or like playing with the computer. It was just competitive for me. And I guess I always thought that like I pretended that somebody was, or like people were watching me play like Mario Kart or Mario Party, you know, like it's this event. And then eventually that turned into streaming. But I always kind of had that, I guess, as a kid, like just wanting to entertain and be competitive in those areas. So I can understand why kids today probably just want to play multiplayer games and like quick in and out instead of story driven. But streaming has allowed me to go back into some of these games that I never did play and give them a chance. So I kind of realized how sad it was that the eShop is closing and we won't have some of these games around unless Nintendo does something about it. So I'm just trying to get my fill in as much of the games that I didn't play when I was younger.
Well, and speaking of that, if you guys still have the Wii U, the best version of Super Mario Brothers 3 is the Game Boy Advance version. And it's on the Wii U. It's not even the one, even though I own a copy of the 3DS or the Game Boy Advance version, I can't access most of the levels because I have the e-reader, but I don't have those cards. And
is it fully unlocked on the
it's
Wii?
fully unlocked on the Wii U, so you get access to a massive amount of original Nintendo levels. It's almost like having a second Mario 3 in a way. And
is that Super Mario Advance 4?
It's the numbers are all jacked up.
It's again, Nintendo doesn't know how to name things. That and Xbox with their consoles.
There's one that has like Super Mario World and 3. Is that
so? I think 4. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try without. I'd have to look them up. But it's very clearly Mario 3. You'll see it when you look at the icon. It's also fantastic because every time Mario gets a power up. Every time he gets a power up, he's like, he says something like, just what I needed. Like every time you get a mushroom or a star or whatever, like it's like a fully voice acted Mario in 2D.
Is it Charles Martinet?
Like, it is. Yeah. He's like, no joke. Like, just what I needed. Like when you get a power up. Like
did Charles? Well, I know Charles Martinet tweeted about Mario Day. Did Chris Pratt tweet about Mario Day?
Oh, I doubt it. He probably would have had.
I bet he's under an NDA. I bet he can't say
he'd have
anything.
ninjas coming after him.
Yeah. But I do want to talk a little bit about the end of Mario 3. Like as a kid, I never owned the game. It was one of those games. I don't know why I never got it as a gift. So I would borrow it continually from different people. Right. But that meant I didn't really have the chance. I never beat it. And I remember like one of the times either I rented it or I got it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not using a single cloud, which allows you to skip levels, or P-Wing, right? I'm saving these all for World 8. And I remember getting all the way to Bowser and then he beat me. I've since gone back and beat the game like later on. And it was, it was super fun. And I thought the Bowser fight was a lot of fun and it was great. But do you guys remember hoarding power-ups in Mario 3?
For sure. Never used them. Nope.
Yeah, you'd save all the best stuff. And then World 8 was like, you'd try to rush through so the hand wouldn't grab you and make you play certain levels, right? Do you guys remember doing that in World 8? There was that hand that would reach out if you weren't quick enough. Like,
yep.
So
watching the people that have the cannons memorized that go through the airships on World 8 and just they finish with I don't know how many lives, but it's the auto scrolling and they know where they are and they never touch the ground and it's crazy to watch.
I'd always swim under the boat too. That was my trick. I would always swim under.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah.
Was that $8? How much is that?
$8. That's $8.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a purchase. that is the full. That's the
Well,
only
if you
way
say
to get
so, I'm going to do it right now.
It's the only way to get the full version of the game, and you get to play some really cool levels. So, I hope
I need
we
to
get
figure
it.
out my Wii U management, like data management, right now because I want to download like the. I need to get a power supplied external hard drive, I guess,
Sure.
because 32 gigs or blocks or whatever it is they have, whatever they named it back then. I don't have enough space to download the enhanced graphics pack or whatever for Xenoblade Chronicles X, and then I want to buy a few things off the eShop before it does shut down.
There you go. There you go. Well, speaking of games that were incredibly difficult as a child, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection is finally happening. This is something we've been calling for forever. Like, how many times back when Hate Zero was still with us on the show, like that sounded really dark. Back when he was one of the hosts. Like we would talk about, like, we just want Turtles in Time. Now we're not only getting Turtles in Time, what looks like the arcade ROM potentially, but also Super Nintendo and Hyperstone Heist, and nine games.
I think it's 13.
13 total, but like 9 different games and then the different versions of them.
Right, for $40, and it has online, like
for select ones, but the important ones. Yes.
Oh, do you know which ones offhand?
Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time arcade.
Good. Perfect.
Original arcade, so 1989 arcade online. Tournament Fighters arcade, sure. And then I think there's one more. There's 4 titles.
Hey, as long as we can do the arcade games online, that's I mean, I'm golden. Tournament Fighters is, it's whatever. But like right there, that screenshot, oh my gosh. When I started retro game collecting again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, was my first purchase. It was my first purchase. That artwork takes me back like so much. The first time I ever stayed up all night playing video games was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on the NES. And I remember 5 a.m. and seeing the sun peek through, and I was like, what have I done? This was the most magical night ever. Like I was probably like in 6th grade, like probably younger than 6th grade. Honestly, I was probably like 4th or 5th grade, and just playing video games all night in my buddy's garage. Like it was one of the best nights ever. Not only are we seeing all 4 NES games, right? Which is Turtles 1, which is super tough. We're also seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which is got extra levels compared to what the arcade had. Then we're getting the Manhattan Project, which is great. But we're also getting Tournament Fighters on the NES, which is one of the most difficult games ever. Like when you try to fight the computer in that game,
we get rewind and suspend. So
yeah, there you go. You're gonna need it. But oh my gosh, like listening to the Turtles go, oh, shell shock, like pizza time, right? Like there's just so many iconic sayings, like Big Apple, 3 a.m. Like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. And
Johnny,
Hyperstone Heist, I've never played. So,
Johnny, just curious, have you played any of the Ninja Turtle games?
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing the NES version a little bit. But honestly, I played some in the arcade, but I don't have that much experience with any of these.
Yeah,
but that's what makes me excited for it, because it looked like I love how they look, and I've heard the music and everything, and it's just something that I think I'm going to really enjoy. And if we could play it online, I think that's going to be awesome. I wonder if it's going to come out around the time Shredder's Revenge comes out.
They'd be smart to get it out before Shredder's Revenge, and then have that be the appetizer.
I hope they delay Shredder's Revenge until they can give it online so that we can play that together, because it's going to be.
Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it is like a
checking
filler.
Also making sure the networking works appropriately, and
also it's only $40 for 13 games or whatever.
which is priced right for older games. I mean, a lot of people don't want to go spend. You're getting a lot of stuff, but
bro, we spent $60 on 3 Mario games.
I know
We're getting 13 games for $40. Like no,
but everyone has only played the first like 4 levels of all these games. Like, no, not many people have gotten all the way through them. So it's games that you're kind of getting to experience and have that nostalgia. It is going to be a collector's thing, but it's also going to be, I think, a lot of fun for us to sit down 4 players and be able to play. Beat 'em ups are so much more fun when you can have that couch co-op, and I'm glad that they have the online aspect to the important beat 'em ups that we want to play.
Cheesy, have you played any of these?
Mainly just the arcade ones. I just remember spending a lot of time at Chuck E. Cheese, wanting to play. It was either Ninja Turtles or Skee Ball.
You didn't get tickets for TMNT though.
Oh yeah, I guess you didn't.
Yeah,
I thought about
that.
It just ate your quarters.
Playing Skee Ball.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be a good time.
This was weird. I thought it was weird that they announced it at the PlayStation event.
Right.
And it was question marks
who
for
wants to play these
for like 2 hours. It was question marks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to play
I would
these
buy a
games on
PlayStation. I would buy a PlayStation. Well, remember when Super Star Wars only came out on PlayStation 4?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, what? Like, what? Why is the Super Nintendo game only coming out on PS4? What is the deal here? Like, what's up with that? So I was
it still is only there, I think.
It used to be on Wii U. On Wii. It was there for a short time, but the licensing ran out. Same with Turtles. You could get the first Turtles game, but the licensing ran out.
And I had 89 Arcade on Xbox Live.
You still do.
Okay.
You still do. It's in your purchase history, so you can still get it. Because I recently went and re-downloaded it. And I have one achievement where you can't get shrunk by Super Shredder.
And it also has a weird. Does that one have weird numbering, like points on the achievements? There's some of those arcade titles have really bad.
Oh yeah,
they mess up your achievement score.
Right. Cryptid's asking if there's a big difference between the Genesis and SNES versions, and I've never played Hyperstone Heist. I believe it was Turtles in Time, but I don't know that it's exactly what it is. I'm not really sure. So I'm excited to be able to check it out for the first time. I also think the tournament fighters are a little bit different, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Genesis version was a little more violent, like if there was like some blood splatter or something in the Genesis version versus the Super Nintendo version. What's crazy is the physical copies of tournament fighters. The NES copy is worth a fortune, and the SNES one not so much, because it was so mass produced. And
tournament fighters came out on NES, Super Nintendo, and arcade, right? Like,
I don't think it came out. It may have been in the arcade, but I don't remember playing it.
Or no, they don't have an arcade version on here, I guess.
If you want to watch something interesting about the Turtles, watch Toys That Made Us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Ninja Turtle ones is really good, and it's fascinating because how the story actually originated and then what they made it to be in order to sell toys, essentially.
Right. Yeah, and I have I don't have like the original #1 comic. I have the reprint of like the first 4, and that thing is like barely held together. I used to read that thing over and over and over again as a kid.
It was much more dark. It's very violent, right? It's dark. And violent.
Swords going through biceps and people it was, as a kid, I was like,
that reboot. We need that reboot.
I don't like. I can still vividly remember.
I don't know if Nickelodeon wants to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, if my mom had read that, she would have taken it from me, like, no doubt about it. So, it was pretty brutal. But I mean, guys, I don't know if I've ever told this before, but so for some reason, like, I could watch Transformers, but I couldn't watch He-Man, right? Because He-Man had magic. That was just like my mom had these rules about magic and stuff. And so, and a lot of this came from my grandmother, right? She would like hear like Focus on the Family or something. And then they were like, yeah, He-Man is a wizard and he's evil. So don't, like, your kids will learn how to cast spells. And
they treat it as anti-Christian or whatever.
Right. And they just like for non-superstitious people, they were awfully superstitious. Right. And so I I wasn't allowed a lot of things, and my mom was super worried about Ninja Turtles for some reason. So my grandmother I would go to work during the summer, like cleaning her house and stuff to pay for summer camp. Well, at the end of that week that I would work for, she would take me to the children's factory. I think that's what it's called, or children's company or something. I can't remember. And
That sounds good.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't factory. It's probably company.
Yeah,
Probably
you doing some work?
Yeah.
Doing some work?
Children's company. And she would let me buy a toy. Well, I was like, well, I'm buying a Ninja Turtle. I bought Leonardo. Right. And immediately ripped them out of the package, like immediately.
Can't return it now, Mom.
Yeah. But then what's hilarious is after I had the first one and she realized it was nothing more than just like my action figure, just like my Star Wars toys and my Transformers and all that other stuff. Almost every time we went to the grocery store that had a toy section, they would buy me a new Ninja Turtle. So I had like, I still have a massive collection of it was like it got to the point it was hard for me to find one that I didn't have when we would go because I was like they hooked me up, like they hooked me up. And I mean I loved it. I didn't have a lot of opportunities to watch the cartoon because we lived out in the country, didn't have cable. A lot of times my best chances were to I could turn my antenna and get the Canadian channels and that's how I would sometimes be able to watch Ninja Turtles. But a lot of times, so the majority of my time with Turtles was watching the movies. I remember we rented a VCR and Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. And I remember my dad's best friend was down in had this rec room area and he was he's down there watching with me. It ended. I jumped up, hit rewind, waited 10 minutes for it to finish rewinding, and then just hit play and sat back down. He's like, "You're watching this again?" I'm like, "Of course I am. I have a small window of opportunity to watch this as many times as possible. What else would I be doing?" He's just like, "You're crazy,
Pizza
kid."
Dude's got 30 seconds.
Yeah, basically. So I loved that stuff. And it was a massive flood of nostalgia watching this Cowabunga collection. Right. I mean, I remember riding the school bus and playing the OG Game Boy, like playing the Turtles games that were on the OG Game Boy. They were solid Game Boy games, solid titles. And even just seeing the first Turtles game, because you have to remember back in that time, games were difficult and most of us didn't have a ton of games. Mm-hmm. You were I got to rent Manhattan Project a bunch. I don't even remember if I owned 2, but I beat it so many times from people that had it. And so I remember getting to the Technodrome one time in the first Turtles game. Most people would
one
complain,
shot by the electricity and you're dead.
And you're done. Game over. And I was like, oh. Plus, because of my mom had a 45-minute limit on my game time. So I remember she's like, "Yo, you're hitting your limit." I'm like, "Mom, I've never been this far before. Please just let me. I will go outside as soon as I'm done. Just please don't turn this off right now."
And this is why you are how you are, because you went 5 minutes over.
And you told us to pause Elden Ring before this. Come on.
Well, that was just because I'm a
Crawler. Your time's up.
Yeah, your 45 minutes is up. Go outside and breathe fresh air and touch grass. My mom was telling me to touch grass way before it was.
So there are the list of the 4 that are online at the bottom here. So Turtles in Time or TMNT Arcade, so original 89 arcade.
Yes.
I can't wait. Turtles in Time arcade, TMNT Hyperstone Heist. That one's Genesis, right?
Yep.
Or no?
That's the Genesis game.
Okay. And then TMNT Tournament Fighters Super Nintendo.
So I want to make sure I heard you correctly. The 2 arcade games, the Genesis game, and the 1 Super Nintendo game.
The Tournament Fighters. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, that's still better than nothing, right?
But
and
the 2 arcade beat 'em ups. The 2 arcade beat 'em ups is what I'm in it for. And then I want to check out the Game Boy games, like you said, and all the other
stuff. Good on your OLED.
Yeah.
It's gonna look real good on that OLED.
Do you guys know it's missing a game?
What game is it missing?
The Game Boy Advance game TMNT. It's actually a super solid brawler, and it's not going to be on there.
Maybe they'll update it.
Maybe
we'll see how many people buy this game, and they'll be like, "Yeah, here's a free thing."
Yeah, just like Nintendo's going to give us Galaxy 2 and the Mario 3D All Stars collection, right? Yeah,
that was yesterday. Yeah. That was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did find it. It's downloading. I did find it.
Oh, what was it under?
So it's Super Mario. I never think about Super Mario. Like it's always just Mario. Like,
Gotcha. I gotcha.
He's
Yeah, it
super
makes sense.
though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, hey, we were able to get to almost the hour mark. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. If you've made it this far, we appreciate you. I see we got a pretty good number of people watching tonight. So thank you guys for staying up late with us. And again, sorry this is late. Sorry the micro episodes didn't come out this week. I just didn't have my computer. I have to send my computer back on Monday. It is getting fixed same day. I'll have it back. So next week, normal content should be coming out as planned, including the Mario Kart streams. Plan on next Friday to race some Mario Kart. I'm racing. You guys racing? Are we racing?
I'm new courses. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Like maybe we do a big multi-stream. We'll talk about it, but for sure I'll be going. Sounds like Johnny will be going. Like depending on everybody's schedule. Cheesy, are you in next Friday? Probably, maybe.
Probably. I gotta check. I'm not gonna give a for sure on that yet, but
okay.
I would love to.
Cool. So jump in again, guys. Like last time we had 35 people jump into the tournament. So we'll be rocking the same tournament, trying to get as many, hopefully, like it'll be really interesting.
I think people come back. I think people will be coming back because of the new DLC. So
the question is, or the what I'm hearing though, is that the likelihood of the new track showing up online is slim.
What? It's going to be half the game. Well, eventually it'll be half the game.
You could, all right. So instead of doing a tournament, you could do a friend lobby.
Where
you could always just vote on
the
new tracks. Ones. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I got 2 new cups. I got to get 3-star in 200 cc.
200 cc. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll be Thursday night. We're gonna be going. Are we recording Thursday? We should record Wednesday so we can start going ham on Mario.
No, because we gotta have hands on when we talk. Like maybe we'll go late again and go. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll probably have a reaction episode because that's a lot of Mario Kart to talk about.
Woo, I cannot wait. Wait. All right. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for hanging with us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.